Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our channel. Our podcast is Voice of Ummah, where we share insight and explore various issues from Islamic perspective. I am Suhdi.
And I'm Fikri. It's great to be back and greet you all again.
Yeah, my friends, today's topic is quite sensitive but very important for us to discuss together, especially among the younger generations. We will be talking about LGBT.
That's right, today the LGBT issue has sparked heated debate in many countries, including among Muslims. Our goal today is not to judge, but to change understanding and encourage constructive and compassionate discussion in line with Islamic values.
Okay. Okay. I think for the first, let's start the basics about what is the LGBT. This acronym refers to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender.
Yes, lesbian refers to women who are attracted to women. Gay refers to men who are attracted to men. Bisexual refers to someone who is attracted to both men and women. And transgender refers to someone whose gender identity differs from the sex assigned at birth.
Now, it is also important to understand the difference between sexual orientations and gender identity. Sexual orientations, I think, relate to person's romantic or sexual attractions, while gender identity relates to how the person identifies themselves, whether as male, female, both, or neither.
This understanding is important so that we do not misunderstand when discussing this topic. Thus, them are also constantly evolving over time, so it is important for us to continue learning and understanding.
Okay, now let's get to the heart to our discussions. From an Islamic perspective, what is Islam's view in the LGBT?
In Islam, the Quran and Hadith are our primary reference. The story of the people of Prophet Lut is often the main basic for this discussion. In the Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala describes how the people of Prophet Lut commit an abominable act, namely homosexuality.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in Surah Al-A'raf, وَلُوطًا إِذْ قَالَ لِقَوْمِهِ أَتَأْتُونَ الْفَاحِشَةَ مَا سَبَقَكُمْ بِهَا مِنْ أَحَدٍ مِنَ الْأَعْلَامِينَ إِنَّكُمْ لَتَأْتُونَ الرِّجَالَ شَهْوَةً مِنْ دُونِ النِّسَاءِ بَلْ أَنْتُمْ قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ. And the translations, and will Lot, when he said to his people, why do you commit in this honorable act, when thou hast ever done before you in the woods? Indeed, you approach men for you those, not women. You are a people who lead transgender adults.
This verse clearly
Terus lanjutlah.
This verse clearly prohibits homosexuality. Scholars from various schools of thought also agree that homosexual practice, whether lesbian or gay, are haram in Islam.
Yeah, additionally, in Islam, human nature is split in pairs between men and women to practice and build a family based on peace, love, and compositions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in Surah Ar-Rum verse 21, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُمْ مِنْ أَنْفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And among his things is that he created for you mates from among yourselves, that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you a person and mercy in that in the are sense for a people who reflects.
Therefore, from the evidence, it is clear that Islam does not permit LGBT practice. This is part of the Sharia that we must uphold firmly.
So, how does LGBT influence family and community structures, especially in the context of Islamic culture?
The influence can be quite significant. From an Islamic perspective, the family is the smallest and most important unit in society, built on marriage between a man and a woman. If this concept changes, there will certainly be an impact on family structure and child rearing pattern.
Oh, that is right. Many individuals also experimented identity conflicts within their culture and religion's context, especially amid the strong currents of globalizations. This is can be heavy psychological burden for them.
However, it is important for us not to judge individuals. Islam teaches us to preach with wisdom and good advice. We must not oppress, exclude, or harm anyone.
On the contrary, we are taught to approach others with kindness and understanding. If there are brothers and sisters among us who are struggling with this issue, our duty is to guide them, not to shun them. We should after support at first and prior so that they may return the natural state and the teachings of religion.
Yeah. And Prophet Muhammad said in a hadith narrated by Tirmidhi, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Irhamu man fil ardi yarhamkum man fis sama. Show mercy to the inhabitant of the earth, and the inhabitant of the heaven will show mercy to you.
Yeah, this hadith remind us to always prioritize mercy and compassion in very interactions, even when dealing with sensitive issues.
Dear podcast friends, today's discussion may be brief, but I hope it provides a clear understanding of LGBT issues from an Islamic perspective and their impact on society.
Let us enhance our understanding, approach discussions with tolerance, and remain steadfast in the adhering to the teachings of our religions. Continue to spread the message of Islam in a wise and compassionate manner.
That concludes this episode. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you found this podcast beneficially.
See you the next episodes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
See you.